Okay, so this is my presentation for the gathering that we did not have. That would have been our second gathering, but it didn't happen. So anyway, I still want to talk to you and speak with you, maybe discuss if you can about bulking, especially lean bulking, because there's like usually two types of bulking. One of them is dirty bulking, where you just eat as much protein as you can, or as much. It does like you don't give a shit about how much you eat. You just focus on having enough protein for you to grow and build strength. This is more like for power lifters and people that they just want to get like crazy strong and they don't really give a shit about gaining fat or their fucking health. So it's not what I want. What I want is do a lean bulk, which means that I don't want to accumulate a lot of fat. I want to have enough protein and, of course, gaining muscle, but also staying healthy, staying lean. Don't mess up with my sugar levels and stuff like that. So this is like I believe the most common type of bulking in at least bodybuilding. So focusing on gaining muscle mass through hypertrophy training, having like a proper recovery, nutrition has to be on point, and this is going to lead to have a hormonal balance and great mental health. Let's go to the, yeah, okay, so hypertrophy is basically focusing on volume, doing a like sometimes 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 12 reps. This is what they recommend. I don't really know what's optimal, but I do know that if you go and do uh, more than 12 reps, like 15 reps, 20 reps, you're not going to be breaking as much as like the muscle fibers as you would be breaking when you are doing like training for hypertrophy, on the 6 to 12 reps range, because it's just not enough stress in your exercise in order to have, there's like the muscle fiber, it breaks, and then your body sends like some signals and stuff to fill the gaps and kind of make the muscle fibers recover, and this is going to just, you fill up the gap, and if you do this consistently, this is just going to be stimulating growth, like muscle growth. It will be like physically bigger, right? Because it's like getting repaired and stimulated to be bigger, to be able to get more work done. So you also want to do progressive overload, which means that you're gonna be adding more weight because your body is going to adapt, right? The more you do these exercises, as you are gaining muscle, and if the muscle is getting like properly repaired, it's gonna get like stronger, bigger. You're gonna be capable of lifting the same weight that let's say, today I lifted 5 kilos with my biceps. The next time I train, I should be able to lift 5 point something, if because if I lift the same weight, the body little by little, if I do this consistently, your body is just going to adapt. You're not going to be breaking the fibers, so growth is just not really going to happen. We have to make sure that we overload progressively, little by little. We just add a little bit more weight or more reps, or we just do it more explosively or faster, like less time between sets. Stuff like this is going to help us to stimulate this growth, and also focus on do not overload a one muscle group. If we just go and destroy our biceps in the beginning, then we want to go do some like rows, like back rows, and we won't be able to because we're too fatigued from one exercise. So maybe try to split it better in order for you to complete your entire workout and focus like all the muscle groups that you need to work. And then about proper recovery, I don't know a lot, but what I do know is that your body, when it's on sleeping, like in a state of complete, like uh, when you are sleeping, basically, your body can focus on recovering and doing like your digestion and stuff like that. It doesn't have to focus on like talking, seeing, hearing. you know, walking, stuff like this, your body doesn't, it can, this is like the perfect time where your body can recover and rebuild these muscle fibers and do all the processes needed for you to have energy, like enough energy to do your physical activities and your mental activities as well. So recommendation by the doctors is 7 to 9 hours. It's very difficult for some of us, but as much as we can change our habits, I think the best we can do, I don't know if you can tell me like ways you can achieve this, because for me it's like very hard, but I try to sleep at least 7 hours a day. Sometimes I just don't give a shit if I wake up late, you know, if I wake up at 11, 12, if I slept late last night, I wanna still focus on my sleep and at least get 8 hours, 7 hours, whatever. But yeah, also for recovery, we shouldn't. It's not recommended to work out the same muscle groups before 48 hours. This means like if one day you're gonna do like a full body workout, the next day you just don't train at all, right? Because you just, let's say you should let your body recover for at least 48 hours. That's what they say, that's what they recommend. I believe that it makes a lot of sense. Maybe you can even get more rest, but I think 48 hours can be optimal. And nutrition, this is like very extensive. Basically, you should have at least 2 to 3 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. This would be approximately 35 to 40% of your calories should come from protein, like only from protein. This will assure you that as you're going to be on a caloric surplus, whenever, like, as all your other necessities in your body are covered, not really thinking about the recovery of the muscles, you're going to have some leftover protein. So that leftover protein is going to spread through your muscles so you can recover properly. Like, it's just kind of making sure you're not lacking protein, right? That the protein you're eating is not all of it, not all of it it's converted into energy for your physical activities, but you have enough leftover protein to do your recovery thing. In a lean bulk, you are trying to focus on having a fat levels low. 20 to 25% of your caloric intake is what they recommend. The rest you should do it with carbohydrates. You should be careful with the timing, like at what time, if you're gonna work out, how long uh, you should be doing it, after a meal or before a meal, what are the anabolic windows and all of this. I'm gonna send you like a couple links that I found also regarding this topic, because it's like very extensive. If you wanna check them out. And yeah, what else? And hormonal balance. It's basically, um, you know, hormones are gonna stimulate like the processes in your cells, you know, being also the stem cells, like what are that are responsible for healing up your muscles and stuff like this. If you have like good activity, I don't know why there's a pencil there instead of like a guy running or lifting, whatever. But physical activity, good rest, nutrition is on point. Maybe you will need some supplementation. Right now it's very dark. Maybe you would need some omega, like, I'm sorry, some vitamin D and stuff like that. Make sure you have all of this on point and your hormones are going to be perfect, and you should have like a great recovery and ability to perform physical activities and grow. So that's it. I hope I just, yeah, it took a long time. But anyway, if we can discuss about this, maybe we can talk about it next time. I don't know. But peace.